Are there any parts that you have seen or been offered which totally inspired you, or just like, that is my dream role, you know, or in a film you've watched? Or, I mean, it sounds like The Unbearable Lightness of Being might have been one of them.
Yeah, well, I think I have to differentiate here between stage and film. On stage is easy because I want to play Shakespeare in English. Someday I didn't get the opportunity to do so far, but this is one of my big aims in my professional life. And on screen is difficult. But Shakespeare, it's probably Iago and Othello. But I think I would I would also play Romeo. I don't like typecasting. I like to work against the typical typecasting, since I've always been typecasted all my life. I hope to change that. But I think Iago is one of those roles which I really like. But there are so many, and Shakespeare, I don't want to pick out one. And on screen, I think I can't name a particular one because there are so many, but any role which gives an actor the possibility to work with his sexuality without necessarily getting undressed. Right. I don't basically have a problem with getting undressed, but I don't indulge in nudity. So it's like, if it's necessary, it's okay. But it challenges you so much more if you have to bring some, if you have to make it like a subtle way, not like a offensive way. So.
I hear you. All right. Next question is, why are you in London? What prompted you to work here instead of in Austria?
Well, I was casted for a TV show, which I'm not going to mention because I'm not allowed to. It's filmed in English. And
it's awesome, but I can't tell you about it.
I signed a contract. I know. I'm bound to that. And I was casted in English, and it wasn't easy to get invited to the casting in the first place, because I had to. It was a long talk to the producer involved, and eventually they would cast me, and they said my English is really good, but there is like a couple of percent missing. It's not perfect enough. And so instead of like the real huge part, I got like a very, very minor part. I'm very much looking forward to playing it anyway, because I'm going to have a very fancy costume and everything. But I was like, okay, this is not going to happen again. And I was like, Vienna, it's like, yeah, beautiful city, everything, but it's very small, and London, it doesn't compare to London at all. And I was like, I have to bring my English to perfection, and I just want to broaden my horizons, and here of course it's a tough city, but there is so much going on, and there's so much to learn, and it's just, I wanted to avoid my suffocating, to put it in a nutshell.
Yeah, London is just such a central place for everything.
It is, and people are very friendly here. I've got to say that, because I went to the biggest agencies and to drop off my CV, and maybe they just threw it away like 2 minutes after I left. But I would never leave with this, why did you ask in the first place? How dare you? Because nobody knows you. That doesn't happen here, and this makes it easier to keep rolling.
Great. Well, one of the people who is enjoying London's friendliness, which is often the opposite is said about London, but that's good to hear. Okay, so do you have a role model, someone who you are inspired by?
Again, I have got many. Again, I'm not going to say a name, but there is one friend of mine from Austria who is a director, and he's probably the artist person whom I can talk to best about movies and everything. I think it's strange. It's strange that I get the urge to say his name here, but I think to some degree I like Quentin Tarantino, because he's in a very healthy way respectless, because he's like, if I decide an actor is going to be a star, then he's going to be a star. If I want a no name, I'll take him, and the next day he's famous. And his movies are always off track, and they are commercial, but they are fun, and they are sexy, and they are always unexpected.
Yeah.
And that I like. He's probably not. I wouldn't write the same script he does, but I think I think it's kind of a sophisticated fun thing. And
sophisticated fun, that sounds good. Okay, so, and then in terms of your writing, which you do as well, would you say there's someone who inspires you with that?
It's so unfair to mention her name now, because there were so many people I read before who were really important to me, but I discovered Sarah Kane just like a couple of months ago, because I played, I was part of a play, and one of her monologues was in the play, and she died at 28, like 15 years ago. She was from London. She committed suicide, and she's one of the few really, really modern writers who her plays, they are like a symphony. They are totally new and totally off what people know, but still they are very technical in a way, but not in the school's technical way, what you learn in a writer's class. But it's so anti-arbitrary, It's so not at all random whatever she does,
right.
and that's
that sounds powerful.
That really, that inspired me a lot.
Wow, fantastic! What is a role that you've either directed or produced or you've been in that has been really close to your heart? That's been very special to you.
Again, very, very ungrateful that towards other people that I'm mentioning this one, because there were so many before. But last May, I directed, first time in my life, I directed a play. It was a two-hander, and I directed myself. So there were only two people on stage, me and my friend and fellow actress Tina. It was in Austria, and it was a play about the lover of Edith Piaf, Marcel Cerdan. He was a boxer, and he died in a plane crash in 1948. And that was like the beginning of her end.
Why is it always plane crashes or drug overdoses?
Yeah, it's fun, isn't it?
People.
I think
you didn't
take drugs at all, but
maybe because they fly away more than anyone else.
And in the same airplane, there was the most famous violinist of those days, Ginette Neveu, and it's a play about the conversation those two might have had before the plane crashed down. Yeah, and it's a very, very interesting play. And to me, it was very important because for the first time for 10 years, I had been so obedient to actors, to directors' opinions, because you have to be like this, and you have to do what I say because then you get better, and you're so dependent on me because I'm the theater director, and this is so larger than life and everything. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'll do whatever you like. Just just believe in me and everything. And first time directing myself, I was like, I mean, of course there is a lot to it, but it's just work, it's not larger than life if you know what to do. And it was so much fun doing it, and it was very emancipatory.
Nice.
And yeah, I really enjoyed that. It was really.
That sounds great. I mean, was it in whatever your first language is?
Well, it's English.
Is it?
Well, no, it was in it was in German. It was in Vienna.
Sounds fun. Anyway, do it in English someday.
Yeah, I would immediately.
Okay, so you've chosen a career, your passion is a career that is one of the hardest in the world. So what is it that keeps you motivated and keeps you going through all those challenges?
Okay, to be honest with you, I think there is one thing which luckily I never did so far, and I hope I'll never do it. I never sold myself. I always gave
Yeah, you may have to be honest. What exactly do you mean? My brain just went down. I have a one-track mind. It's a dirt track. What exactly do you mean?
What I mean is I never did something against my intuition, or against my instincts in order to get a role, or in order to get another role in a theater I played. Yeah. I would always be really giving directors a hard time because I want to know things and everything and question things and not be like the dumb actor. Mm-hmm. And I think to me, my job and my life, it's linked. Those two things are linked to each other. I had a chat just today with a friend of mine on Skype. I chose the job which is whenever I'm close to theater or on a film set, I'm really happy doing it. And then again, I hate working with people whom I don't like personally. Mm-hmm. And this is why it's so hard for me to find the right people for making theatre, and this is why I very often I only like make 1 or 2 or 3 productions in one theatre, because I always want to like progress, because I really believe in the power of relationships between people. May they be friendly, may they be like lovers, may they be whatever. I think there is a huge truth and a huge power in like dealing with each other respectfully, but also like to exchange creativity and everything. And I've been there often enough in order to see that it's worth like pursuing it. Because of course you meet people all the time who like disappoint you, and maybe people who are disappointed by you, of course.
Yeah.
But still, there is always like there are like okay, this sounds really really cheesy now, but like dots of hope, which makes you like leap from one to another.
Right.
You know?
So like through the like glasses of water in the desert.
Exactly. Yeah. Beautifully put. Really. Exactly. That's exactly the point. And then eventually, maybe there will be an oasis.
Exactly. Like that's just it's the little breadcrumbs left.
And how many deserts like border to an ocean? So
there you go. Exactly. Next question is, what would you say to anyone young or old who is looking to start out as an actor and is thinking about it? What would be like your one sentence to like your family member said to you? Maybe the same thing.
Now I already gave my scandalous statement away. 2 questions.
Well, you could use it again. I mean, if that's what.
No, I don't want to spoil it, because then eventually it's probably going to turn to be rude. Don't believe everything people are trying to sell you, because get an own, get like a point of view of your own, because there are so many techniques of acting, and they don't apply to anybody. You know, find out what kind of theater do you like. Find out what kinds of movies do you like. What you want to do. Don't be like an instrument alone, because that doesn't suffice. That doesn't lead very far. And I think there are basically two important things to being an actor. It's fantasy and responsibility. And I think depending on who you are, those 2 like pillars again will lead you somewhere. Individual, hopefully. So I don't like commercial very much. I like commercial stuff very much. So that's why people always ask me, can't you for once give a yes or a no to an answer? I'm like, oh, sorry.
Maybe.
I tried.
Okay. Great. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much for
we have
having me.
One more question before we're done, just so we don't have to rush off immediately. But earlier on, we asked Lukas about the script that he's writing. So, just when is the script going to be ready? Like, wow.
I have no idea. Right. At the moment, it's I always have to literally live up to it, because depending on like where I go, what people I meet, how like the unfinished business from the past turns out to be in the future. It's just like a work in progress. And at the beginning, I wrote and suddenly had a lot of lines, a lot of paper, and then there is like a break, and now I'm luckily I can shoot a couple of like series and stuff, and we'll see.
Great.
I'll let you know. Cool.
Yeah, let us know. All right, so that's the end of our interview with Lukas, and thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Thank you very much.
And
we interviewed. You're a very gifted host, I think.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
The flattery gets you everywhere. By you in the future,
you can come back. So I'm Nate Maingard. I am the host, and we will be back in about 2 weeks' time with another. And that's it, really. Hope to see you all again soon, and thank you for joining us. All the best. Ciao.